Alright everyone, here's a really interesting video, link in the description, archived of course. Joe Biden came out the other day and said, well, Ron DeSantis is doing such a great job. He's such a great guy. Yeah, he's responding to the impending disaster, which unfortunately now has unfolded in Florida. Hurricane Milton, of course, scraping across the middle of his state and leaving tens of thousands of people homeless in the process. And Joe Biden had praised him the other day. Then he came out, he was forced to do this, by the way. This was absolutely something, he wanted to undermine the Kamala Harris campaign by saying that, no, DeSantis is doing fine. The fact that he hasn't returned your calls is perfectly fine too. He's in contact with me, the President of the United States. Why the fuck would he want to contact you? Now he's been forced to recant. Yes, indeed. He's been forced by the powers that be, which is not Joe Biden, to effectively apologize and say, well, I wasn't aware, man. I didn't know that he wasn't answering calls from the Kamala Harris and all that stuff. He was forced to do this. This was something that was out of his hands. He effectively is a placeholder president. He's not in charge of anything. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that Joe Biden is not making his own decisions. He can't even decide what he wants for lunch. Jill Biden does that for him. Or some military general, some bankster, somebody who's meeting with him at the time. He is not really in charge of anything. He's not the President of the United States at this point. He's basically a vegetable. Everyone knows this. Even liberals know this. They're still rooting for the Kamala Harris ticket, generally speaking, although not all of them. But they know that Joe Biden he's out to lunch. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I feel kind of sorry for him, because he comes out and he expresses his true opinion, which is, hey, Ron DeSantis is actually doing a good job, which he is. The hurricane response there at the state level will be better than it was in North Carolina. It'll still be a little bit slipshod because, there's so much damage to compensate for. But generally speaking, he's doing a bit better. He actually is self-aware. He knows what he's doing. I differentiate from some Trump voters, by the way, on this issue. Some of them still have a rod up their ass with regards to Ron DeSantis. Give the man a little bit of breathing room. Give him a little bit of leeway. Yes, he ran against Donald Trump. That's not an unforgivable sin, now is it? He just ran for president. He happened to lose. There's no reason to have any bad blood, particularly against Ron DeSantis at this point. He's climbed back on board with the Trump train. He's obviously supporting him at the state and the federal level. Give him some leeway. Give him a little bit of breathing room. By the way, this, that doesn't need breathing room. Just a sec. Yeah, never mind. I would forgive Ron DeSantis for the trespass of running against Donald Trump. Oh my God, what a terrible thing. He's allowed to run for office. It was doomed. He was never going to win. But at the same time, having some token opposition to Trump actually was a good thing during the primaries more than anything else. Keeps him on his toes. Keeps him, saying the things that we need to hear, so to speak. I think that it was a good thing. Ron DeSantis, in his storm response, already in only 24 hours has eclipsed what has happened in North Carolina. He deserves praise for this. He does not deserve derision for this. He's doing a good job. To the point where even Biden was praising him, then he has to come out and say, well, come on, man. Ron DeSantis is a bad dude. I wasn't aware of the fact that he was not taking Kamala's calls. Why would he want to? She's the vice president of the United States. It's not the same as being the president now, is it? And she's running for office in probably a doomed campaign. If you look at the polls, she's probably not going to win. Why would he want to take her calls? What the fuck is the point? What kind of service can she actually give to the state, by the way? You've got thousands of homes that have been washed away. You've got dozens of people dead. You've got a bunch of more people missing. They're presumptively dead, at least some of them. The hope is that they're all returned home safely, but we're not 100% sure that that'll happen. There's like alligators in the roads and shit like that in Florida right now. Milton has completely crippled the entire central area of the state. From Tampa to points eastward is just a goddamn mess. Why would Ron DeSantis want to take phone calls from, Hillary Clinton Jr.? What's the point? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why he would want to waste his time on a call. What's she going to pledge to? Oh, FEMA will be there soon. Oh, thank you, Miss Vice President. Thank you. Yes, so 12 years from now, finally you will be clearing the debris out. No. We're going to do it ourselves. That's basically what Ron DeSantis' point is. We'll do it ourselves. We're Floridians. We've been through hurricanes before. We've seen this. This bullshit has been happening every year anyway in our state. We'll clean up. Don't worry about it. Go the fuck away. Basically, that's the long and short of it. And Joe Biden has to come out and recant because he praised Ron DeSantis before. Well, come on, man. He's a swell guy. He's doing such a good job. Mr. President, you're not supposed to say that. He's a Republican. Oh, shit, I forgot. That's basically what's happening right now. Joe Biden has to come out and recant his applause, basically, of Ron DeSantis because he forgot he was a Republican. And for no other reason. Ron DeSantis is doing a good job. He deserves praise for the very, very quick response to what has happened in Florida. It's much different than what has happened in North Carolina. In North Carolina, you've got a major disaster and you've got no response at all. FEMA's just barely beginning to dig in. Florida's like, fuck that shit, we'll do it ourselves. Yeah, we've been through this before. So give him a little bit of praise. Give him a little bit of leeway. If he runs for federal office in the future, I would entertain the idea of voting for Ron DeSantis, by the way. I realize he is a bit of a neocon. I realize he was anti-Trump. I realize he's not a populist. But would he be better than like the Bushite Republicans? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely he would. Yeah, totally. That's about all. Peace out.